All right, cool. We are live. 1 second. I am wondering. Now, I don't know, obviously there is so many women watching this in England mainly, but all over the globe as well. And I'm wondering if there is anyone going to be live today because the weather in England is so amazing. I just came back from the beach. Yeah, we just had a wonderful time chilling out. Hold on, I'm just refreshing my page to be able to see myself. There I am, so I can see your comments. If anyone attends live on a Saturday, where, there is a gorgeous weather. But either way, as I'm waiting for you to kind of show up online, I'm just going to kick off because obviously for the purposes of anyone who will be watching the replay. So whoever you are, then say hello because you might be, hi, Sherry, you've got me this time. And you know what? I've just been saying, I wonder if there is anyone going to be attending live because in England, we have such a heat wave tonight that everyone's out on the beach. I just came back from the beach as well, and I was like, if there is anyone live, honestly, I will be celebrating. I thought everyone was just going to attend the replays. But anyways, Sherry, feel free. You in the US, perfect. So what time is it for you now, Sherry? Tell me. That's interesting. I don't know what kind of coast you're in. You're right, but that's fine. So today is day 6, and today we're talking about how to choose the type of online visibility that is right for your business. So now that you know what you need to do to become confident, and now we are cool and cloudy. Well, you see, this is normally what we have in England. And so once we have a beautiful weather, everyone is outside. I was dragging myself to get home, but this is my commitment, what I'm doing with your lovely ladies. So once that you've decided that you've had enough pain and it's time to show up, it's time to become the expert. Now that you know that you don't need anyone from outside of you to come and tap you on the shoulder and say, you know what, you're the expert now. Now you know that you don't need that kind of external validation to tell you this. You know that you need to claim it first and make a decision internally that you're going to be this person. And then it becomes a reality. Then through your actions, it really happens. We're now talking more into business strategy. And as I said, I am huge on basics because this is where most, 95% of coaches never make any money, or they make minuscule money. And the only reason for this is that they're trying to go ahead too fast, and they keep telling to themselves, oh yeah, I know this, I know content, I know visibility, but they're not really doing this. There is no concrete strategy behind this. And so tonight we're not going to stay for too long, probably maybe 15 minutes, if that. I really want to keep it brief. So how to choose the online, the type of online visibility that is right for you. First of all, if you're going to do something over an extended period of time, you need to ask yourself, what kind of personality are you and what is it that you enjoy doing the most. And so let's just say that you are a love coach. And actually, Sherry, while you're here, what type of coach? Are you a coach, or what kind of business do you have? Because we can kind of, use you as an example as well. So looking at your personality, what do you enjoy the most doing in your business, right? Would you say that it will be writing, or would you say that it would be training people, as in delivering workshops? Would you say that it would be creating new materials? Maybe you enjoy being interviewed, right? As in maybe you like when someone is asking you questions about your expertise and you can teach and give tips through that way. Maybe a beauty artist and beauty consultant. Yeah, okay, cool, absolutely. So again, it's a service provider, right? Maybe you enjoy thank you, Gazal. Maybe you enjoy interviewing other people. How about that? There are so many different types of visibility that you can have. But if you can start with something that you actually enjoy doing, you have more chances of doing it in a way that it's filled with passion, right? And people will buy into that. So, for example, if I were just here sitting, and teaching you like I don't really want to be here, and my tone of voice is never changing, it's very kind of monotonous, and I'm just like really can't be bothered to be here. I'm doing the video because my coach told me to do the video. I mean, can you see the difference, right? And so, you know, when you come alive while you're doing something just because you enjoy doing it, like I love doing live video. I love interacting with you. I love seeing your comments live, right? So that's something that really makes me happy. Hi, Bogush, lovely to have you with us. I was just saying, are you in England as well? How's the weather? Because where I am in the Southwest, we have a beautiful sunny day, and I'm so surprised that there is anyone even live today. But coming back to the topic, it's really, really important that you like what it is that you're doing. And so ask yourself, what would that be for you? Because it's super important. Now, before you do that, be really, really careful with one thing. Knowing the difference between what it is that you really enjoy doing and what it is that you could potentially enjoy once you get good at it. And I think this is where, you know, not a lot of people really talk about. I know the weather is awesome, right? Not really people, not a lot of, you know, coaches talk about it. They just say, oh, you should just do what you love. Well, fair enough, I understand that, but you love my accent. Oh my God. Do you know that I nearly didn't get into business because I was so scared that no one would like my accent, or they would think that they can't trust me because of my accent? See, this is how crazy we are in our minds. Thank you so much for coming back to the topic. And so here is the thing. There is a fine line between the two, because as you know by now, and you know parts of my story, you know that I used to be terrified of being visible. I was so scared of being on video for those reasons, right? Because of the accent, because of making a mistake, because of what if I mumble or, you know, scramble and just say, you know, if I'm grammatically wrong, and that happens still. And so I wouldn't do a video. And so, but here is the thing. As I have been kind of pushing myself to do the video, even though I didn't want to do it, I actually have learned to not only like it, enjoy it, tolerate it, but truly love it. As in, like, I'm not saying that I'm such a natural. I mean, you know, I still have my notes, right, when I do a live video or any video, but it's becoming more and more of a freestyle. As in, like, I've only had the pointers, but then I can just talk. Whereas in the beginning, I wasn't able to do that. And so while you are asking yourself that question, what type of visibility do you think you would enjoy? What type of content you would enjoy do it? Then you don't need to like how you look on video, because you know what? People will relate to you, because if we look just like normal people, then people will relate to you. You look at all of the people that you look up to. They don't look like models. They don't look like I don't know who. You know, I don't necessarily like the way I look on video, and I definitely don't like the way I sound. But again, some people like it. And so whatever it is that you think you look like, people will relate to you, because they will see themselves in you. And so whatever it is that you don't like, Sherry, could actually be your power. As you've just said, I love your accent. This is something that I hate. Can you see how this is working? And so don't give me that talk, because it works for everyone. It works for all of us. No excuses, lady. And so ask yourself, right, what kind of content you would like to be delivering? Because maybe it's that you don't like writing now, but after you've written, you know, 20 articles or 15 articles, you actually like it. So just be mindful with that. That's number one. Number two, choose what type of online visibility is best for your target market. Because if, let's just say, you love doing video, but all of your people are on LinkedIn and they're writing and they're reading articles, then it's not gonna necessarily work, right? And so those two things need to be in place. And in order for you to know that, you need to ask yourself, where are your people? Where is your target audience, right? So are they on Facebook? And where on Facebook? Are they in groups? And those things can be, I mean, there are Facebook groups out there for everything. And because before you say, oh, I hate Facebook groups, I've never got any results from Facebook groups, you have to know how to do it right. You don't need to be stuck in Facebook groups all day, every day to get results. You just need to know which groups you need to be in, and then do it in a way that you can start building some sort of results. And as I said before, yesterday, it takes time for you to build momentum and for people to recognize your face. So don't be too harsh on yourself. So what else it is that your audience, would be enjoying? So for example, Sherry, for you, so if you are a makeup artist, do you think that, for example, very quick video on Instagram could be the type of content that you could use? Right? I mean, what is it that your audience is doing? Like Suzanne, I don't remember, I think you're doing clothing, right? What kind of content your audience would be interacting with? Definitely Instagram, right? For product-based businesses, Instagram is working wonderfully. And so when you go on those platforms, what sort of content are you creating, right? On Facebook, you can write, hold on, someone's trying to call me. I hate when that happens during a live video. I'm trying to close it off. I do apologize. I'm not sure. I hope that you didn't hear that. Right, and so if someone is on Facebook, it could be a post, it could be a video, it could be being in groups, it could be anything that you think your audience would really enjoy. And so spend some time to really answer this question and really do some proper research. Because once you know what type of content. Have I just disconnected myself? I'm so sorry, someone's trying to call me and I didn't tell them I was going to be doing a live video. This is so embarrassing, but hey, it happens. Right, so once you know what type of content it is that you like, and you also know, for example, that you know that you like writing, once you know that your target market enjoys reading as well, so they like written materials, so those two match, which is brilliant. Ask yourself, what platform are they on, right? And today nowadays there is no moving away from social media because you need attention. It's as simple as that. It's a very crowded place. So what kind of platform are you going to be using? Now, there's too many to choose from, right? You've got Facebook, you've got LinkedIn, Snapchat, Pinterest, Instagram, all of the other ones that kind of Pinterest, all of the other ones that are popping up as well. But here is the thing. When you are choosing your platform, never, ever, ever, ever go for more than two. Never, because you won't be able to produce enough content to really make an impact. And so this is probably one of those common mistakes when I hear from women when they're like, oh my God, Alex, but it's not working. Like I am on like 5 different social media platforms and it's just not working for me. And I'm like, well, duh, obviously, because you're trying to do too much and you are diluting yourself. And so once you create a presence on one or two platforms, that's when you can keep adding other platforms. Does that make sense? So where do you think your people are? Now, once you've done that, it's time to decide on your frequency, as in like how often are you going to be publishing? Again, this is something that is so basic, but when I ask business owners, do you actually have a written plan? Where are you going to be showing up? How often and for how long? They don't have it, right? They have no strategy whatsoever. And so ask yourself, if you're going to be doing videos, how often are you going to do them, right? I try to do live training every single week in this group with challenges. For me, this is new. This is my first challenge, but I probably will be doing them once a month, right? Because I enjoy doing them so much. And so ask yourself, if you are on Facebook, maybe you want to publish something every single day. Is it going to be on your business page? Bear in mind, business pages are dead, so don't really worry about that. Or are you going to be doing it on your personal profile? While you're watching this video, for all of those of you that are watching the replay as well, make notes and answer those questions, because it's those little basics that you like, oh yeah, I've heard it a million times, I will come and bite you because you're not doing them. It's as simple as that. And one more thing that I want to cover today is the common mistakes that I see women do And then I will let you go because, again, as I said, today is going to be quite a quick one, right, on a Saturday. So I didn't want to kind of overwhelm you with information. Right, the mistake number 1. Oh, my God. Waiting to get started, right? And there is no other way. I mean, there is no other way that I can say it in a nice way. You need to get comfortable with the fact that hi Sue, that's okay. We're going to be finishing up soon because we're not going to stay for long today. But lovely to have you live. Thank you. Here is the thing. The mistake number 1 is that you are waiting to get started for too long because you think to yourself, when my writing skills are better, then I do this, or when I'm better on video, I do this. And so you are waiting to get in the game. And here is the thing. Here is the thing that not many people will tell you about. Your first content will be shit. And you just need to be okay with that. It's sometimes, in the beginning, it's not as much about quality. And I say it on purpose. I know what I'm saying. It's not just about quality, but it's about quantity. People need to see your face, and they need to see your materials, and they need to see them often. Because sometimes, people are not going to trust you if they just scroll through the feed and they see you once. They need to see you, 15 times, 30 times, 40 times, 50 times, right? I have a client who I think have seen you for about 6 months before she even got on the call with me. So give yourself a chance, and the way that you get better at producing content, whatever content that is that you prefer to create, and I think that would be a challenge on its own, on how to create content and how to generate ideas on a regular basis. I might actually do that, right? Then give yourself time and keep doing it because you will get better, right? Yes, absolutely. Now, the mistake number 2, yes, as I said before, focus on quality too much. So do not focus on quality that much in the beginning, okay? Just get it out there. It doesn't have to be perfect. And here is the thing. Actually, because you're doing it on social media, you can get away with it because it's social media, right? You're not publishing articles for like medical journals or something when everyone will pinpoint every mistake that you make. This is social media. People do marketing on the phones while they're doing, the stuff. I mean, I was on my emails today while I was on the beach, right? And so you can do stuff from wherever. So don't worry about the quality that much. Just get going, get stuff out there because people will relate to you as well. I've seen one of like the top gurus like in marketing as well posting on Facebook the other day. People who will correct your grammar mistake, I'm not making money, that's for sure. I remember when I put out my lead magnets and I would receive emails, I received 2 or 3 emails that there were spelling mistakes and they would offer to me kindly to proofread my lead magnet. And I would be like, I could have got crushed and be like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. But I have also received emails of how much women have learned from that lead magnet. And I would say, you know what? I can't believe that this is for free. I have learned so much from that one report that you've put. Thank you. Right? And so for me, it was more about the speed of implementation and getting it out there than worrying about having it perfect. So don't wait, get into action, get it out there. Number 3, again, that's on the flip side, is don't make the mistake of giving up and quitting before you see momentum. And again, I keep banging on it on and on and on and on. Here is how it goes, right? How can I use a metaphor? I really like telling stories to illustrate points. What about a river, right? So where does a river start? A river will start like high up in the mountains, and it's a tiny, tiny stream. And that stream will have so many obstacles and it's so weak. And it's just like there is no momentum, there is no power to it. It just kind of like dribbles and just goes slowly, right? But then as there is more kind of tiny streams going into it, then the river will form and then will flow more and more and more. And then you go poof and you've got all that power that can move stones with it, trees with it. and everything else, right? High margin. And this is exactly how it works with content as well. Because whatever it is that you put out there, it stays out there. And it keeps building one block upon another block, upon another block, and upon another block, upon another block. I can't talk tonight. Right? And so give yourself permission to get out there, make a decision what you want to do, and do not give up. I guarantee you, failure is not possible. The only way that you can fail is when you stop producing your results. Absolutely. And quality will come with time. Absolutely as well. And the last mistake, thinking that you need to become, there you go. Thinking that you need to be constantly coming up with new ideas for content. This is something that I hear a lot as well. And when women are asking me, but you know what, I don't know what else to write about, or I don't know what else to make videos about. And I want to teach you a very quick technique about how to come up with great content ideas. So let's just say that you are a love coach or a relationship coach, right? So let's just say that you want to do an email newsletter once a week. I'm just totally making up on the top of my head. And so you kind of, every week you are struggling to come up with new topics for your newsletter. Here is how you do that. You sit down, right, and you literally just write on a pad of paper, you know, love coaching. And you come up, let's just say, with 5 different categories, right? So there could be dating. There could be how to get asked out before you even date someone. There could be common mistakes that women do when dating men. It could be, I mean, you get the idea, right? So you come up with 5 different categories. So you write down your categories, whatever it is for your niche, and you write 5 of them. Then you give yourself about an hour or 2 or 3 to brainstorm different topics, and you come up with 4 topics for each category. Does that make sense? Just type in the comments if this is making sense to you. And so that will mean that you will have 4 topics about common mistakes. You will have 4 topics about dating. You will have 4 topics about what else they say, how to get asked out, etc. Now, and you just come up with topics, right? That gives you 20 ideas on what you can write about. Then you literally put that in your calendar and you go week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. And when it comes to that week, you then go and write the article. That gives you 6 months of content. 6 months. 6 months from sitting down and doing something for 2 hours and brainstorming, right? It's just that we don't do that because it's so painful to brainstorm. But if you can get yourself in a self-discipline to get it done, you can really get exactly so. How amazing is that, right? And then if you have a structure on how to write an article, which you need an opening sentence, and then you have 3 or 4 paragraphs, then you have a conclusion, bang, done. See, it's not that complicated. And here is what you do with that article, for example. Next, you can then convert that article into a video, which is a different type of content. So for example, whatever it is that I'm saying to you right now via video, I can produce that as an article. That article can go on my blog, which is 1. It can go on LinkedIn, which is 2. It can go, and it will go on YouTube as a video, right? It can go as a PDF report that I can distribute on like high traffic or the websites, right? What else can I do with that? I can cut it off and write, 5 different shorter things and put them as Facebook posts. I can come up with a quote and post them all over Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, wherever I want. Can you see how much content you can have from one article? Does that make sense? And so, one of those mistakes is it's thinking that we need to constantly be coming up with new ideas. But here is the thing. There is so much, oh my God, I'm so thirsty tonight. There is so much noise out there that only you know that you have put something out there 2 times, right? Or you have changed slightly the angle, and you need to be doing it. You need to be talking about the similar thing from different angles, right? From 5, 6, 10, 15 different angles, but coming up with one consistent message, because people will understand and consume different types of content. So someone will really like the video and they will not read. Other people will read your articles and they will skip the videos. And so give yourself permission to really, really use and repurpose your content. And this is how you really start to dominate your space, and you really start to see, kind of people noticing you. Does that make sense to you at all? So this is it. This is it for today. Make sure that here, let me just kind of do a quick recap. So choose the type of online visibility that is suitable for your personality, but make sure that while you're making this choice, you're not acting out of fear, which means that if you want to try something new, for example, like I used to be scared of video, don't just say, oh, I'm not going to do it because I'm scared. Then if you're scared, then obviously that's a different conversation, but make sure that you have enough imagination to know that you could do really well and like something if you've done it enough, right? Number 2, choose the right type of online visibility that you know that your target market will be interested in. And if you don't know what that is, then as a business owner, you will need to go and do some market research to find out what it is that they like. What was next? Yes, choose your platform, then choose your frequency, then avoid all the mistakes that we covered, and make sure that you distribute as much content as possible across different networks in different bite size or bigger sizes content, right? Because then that's really when you will start seeing results over time, and it will become easier and easier and easier. And so you need less brain power, less creativity, but because of how you are distributing it and chopping it up so you can have different chunks, that's how you really utilize and create a powerful presence. So if you ladies have any questions for me, then you can start typing them now. And while I'm waiting for your questions, let me just give you an update on the coaching offers that I have for you. So as you know, I have put out 2 offers last night. I said that I have 3 spaces for women to coach with me for 6 months for the price of £2,500 instead of £4,000, which is an incredibly low offer. And this is definitely a one-off. I'm only doing it once because it's my birthday month and I can afford to do that in my business where I am at the moment. So just to give you an update, from those 3 slots, 2 are filled, so there is 1 more space. So whatever it is that you're watching this live, or whatever it is that you're watching the replay, or whatever it is that you're kind of on my email list, right, and you want that spot, you need to get in touch with me to apply for that spot, because there's only 1 spot to work with me for 6 months at only £2,500. Some women made a comment yesterday that they're working with me privately and it's changing their life. So if this opportunity speaks to you, then come and grab it, speak to me, and then I can tell you exactly what it will look like for you. My coaching is not a cookie cutter. My program is different and tailored to everyone's needs, whoever it is I'm working with. And there also was 1 more place for a special person who's really committed to big results. And it is to work with me for 12 months for only £4,000, which is, well, what I charge normally for 6 months, which essentially is half price. That's why there is only 1 space for that person. And again, I don't care where your starting point is, but if you are ready to take action, and if you are ready to be guided through the fears that you have and become the person that you need to become to get the results and create the business that you want to get in touch with me. We can then have a chat. You don't have to say yes. You can just find out, what it would look like for you, what's included. And, I am known for my generosity, which means that you not only get the talking sessions, right, but you also have, training materials, workbooks, resources that you need. And, you know, I have been told that just having access to me, private access to me via email is priceless. And so from the 4 slots, there are 2 left, 1 for 6 months and 1 for 12 months. So wherever you're watching this, the deadline to snap those slots is Wednesday. So don't wait if this is speaking to you, if you think that it could be a right opportunity for you, because for the right people, it will be life-changing. So ladies, with that being said, I am going to go now, and tomorrow we are talking sales, and I'm super excited. I have great stuff prepared for you. If you are that kind of person, and I was guilty of it for about 15 years, that you are, you need to be making sales, but you're terrified of making sales, or you're scared of, how do I ask for them? How do I talk about money? And this is so bad to talk about money and everything else, right? Then you definitely want to be attending live, because we will be talking sales and confidence, and we will be putting everything together. So you have a lovely night, ladies, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you to all of you who attended live. I really appreciate it, and I respect your time. Have a good night. Good night.